I suck at this. You're right guys, it's GameboyLuke here, and welcome to a different video I have for you guys today. As you can see, I'm kind of sat laying back with the homies. As you can see, just chilling. But I thought I'd do a different video today and talk about my top 5 hopes of Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, seeing as it's just around the corner. I thought why not get a little bit of speculation going and talk about the few things that I personally want to see from these new games. As you guys know, I haven't been uploading a great deal of Pokemon recently, and it's opening my my vision of my spectrum, or the vision of spectrum. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point, but basically I'm saying that I'm opening the doors to some other kinds of content and kind of being a little bit more creative with stuff. So I thought I'd do this kind of video. I'm personally excited about the new Pokemon game drop this year. Why wouldn't I be? Because I'm a Pokemon fan. Any Pokemon fan or diehard Pokemon fan would be excited about the fact that we're getting a new game this year. I'm also excited as it seems to be like the 3rd game in like a series. You know, back when, you know, Red and Blue had Yellow and Gold, Silver had Crystal and Ruby and Sapphire had Emerald. It seems to be one of those games. A bunch of you might be wondering, why would you be excited about that? You know, it's not like the 3rd games or anything like substantial, and they're usually like identical to the other games in that generation. Like Yellow had like a couple new different things, and Crystal had a few updated things like moving sprites and stuff, but there was no real like crazy difference to the games, right? In a way you could say that those 3rd games are like just better versions of the original games, I suppose. I personally think Game Freak are gonna do a really good job. A lot of people don't like these 3rd versions because they're the same as like the same generation, but with a few tweaks and stuff. They're more or less just like improved versions of the game, but I'm totally okay with that. Like I honestly had the most fun playing through like Yellow and Crystal and Emerald in comparison to playing the original games. I still love Pokemon Red, I still love Pokemon Sapphire, I still love Pokemon Silver, for example, but like the 3rd games were like, it was like the same game, but a little bit fresh, a little bit more like remastered in a way. Even though it was like just like the following year or in the same year in some cases, like it was still like an updated version. So I still mess with that. I like that. And from like the trailers we've got so far, we can already tell there's gonna be a whole bunch of new stuff. The trailers so far have showed us a whole bunch of different cutscenes, like new character customization options, and a whole plethora of new stuff. It's still the same region, but it's gonna be different, and that's what excites me. Now, we know that these games are gonna be an alternate story, because I'm pretty sure Matsuda mentioned that in a trailer a few, was it a month or 2 back. I'm pretty sure I made a video discussing all the stuff that Matsuda said and the trailer as well, so if you missed that video, a link will be in the description so you can check that out. Anyways, back to the main topic of this video. I'm going to be talking my top 5 hopes in no specific order for the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon releases. In the number 5 spot, I have Festival Plaza. Now, if you have, you know, watched any free-for-alls, with me, Count Duncan, anybody on YouTube, Battle Royale stuff, Wi-Fi stuff, or you've tried to set up Wi-Fi stuff yourself playing through Sun and Moon, you'll know full well that the Festival Plaza sucks ass. Festival Plaza could have been something really neat. I have no idea why it was implemented. The PSS from Pokemon X and Y and ORAS was pretty damn good, and it was functional. If you've watched anybody that like uploads Wi-Fi content on YouTube, like free-for-alls or streams like that kind of stuff, you'll probably have heard that Festival Plaza has had its name thrown around in a negative manner. Like it's not good. It's really bad, and trying to communicate with friends online over the internet with Festival Plaza is such a ball ache, and I hate it so much. I have no idea why they got rid of the PSS. The PSS was like one of the best intuitive things Pokemon have made with regards to communicating to other players. Nintendo's way of adding friend codes and stuff is still annoying and stupid, and I wish they had usernames, but PSS was actually really good. If your friend came online, bam, you see at the bottom screen, you're online, you select their name, you trade. On the bottom screen, this person is inviting you to a trade. That's it. It's so simple. It's perfect. Now, the only reason I can understand that they removed PSS and added Festival Plaza is because maybe people get spammed with notifications about trades and battles and stuff, but if that's the case, you can just disconnect your Wi-Fi from the bottom screen instantly. You walk into the Festival Plaza and you're greeted by Sophocles, and he wants to teach you all this stuff, and it's like, okay, cool, I came here to trade with my friend, can we just, you know, skip this? You basically get to a whole bunch of stuff you don't need to know, and you basically walk into Festival Plaza to basically, I said basically way too many times, trade with your friends and battle with your friends. That's all that Festival Plaza is used for, really. People use it to do other things too. I only use Festival Plaza to like trade and battle with people on. I know that it can be used for other things. You kind of just go in to trade with your friend that's in another country, or you know, your friend from around the corner or whatever. And it's a nightmare. You sometimes don't see them online, even though they are online. You send them a trade request and it fails for no reason. Like, we have that happen every now and again with the PSS, but it wasn't as apparent. It didn't happen as much, it didn't occur as much. So, I don't know. Festival Plaza sucks, and I just hope that either they remove it, or they fix it, or we get a PSS back. Like, that'd be perfect. So at the number 4 spot, I have something, it's a little bit of a rant. I don't, if I go off on a tangent, I apologize. But Nintendo basically tweeted out when Ultra Moon were coming out, they put a trailer out and an image, and they said something along the lines of, brand new Pokemon in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Don't lie to us. The image basically showed the new forms of Solgaleo and Lunala. They are not new Pokemon, in my book anyway. I don't know if you might disagree with me, but that's not new Pokemon. These are just new forms, right? If you're saying that you're gonna give us new Pokemon, give us new Pokemon. Don't give us some half-assed forms. And they're not half-assed, I shouldn't say that. But you know what I mean? Like, they're saying they're new Pokemon. They could have just said, oh, interesting changes in Pokemon Sun and Moon, or new forms discovered in Sun and Moon, in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. But they're saying that they're giving us new Pokemon. So if they don't give us new Pokemon, I won't be happy. I want them to give us some more regional variants. That's what I want. I want them to give us some more Alola forms. And they don't have to be from Kanto. You could give us some Johto forms. Why not throw in some Johto forms for us? There were some leaks, fake leaks more than likely, about people that are talking about the fact that there was an Alolan Slugma that was Ice type. Now that's pretty neat. How about you make it happen, Game Freak? Like, I would really appreciate if, when you say something, you follow through with it to the fullest of your ability. Now, I understand that it would be a little bit of a pain in the ass to reveal or release new Pokemon in one game, because when the new game comes out and has new Pokemon, the older game is then like, it doesn't have those Pokemon in it. And I know system updates and game updates are a thing, but when have you ever seen Pokemon update their game to have new Pokemon in it? Like, X and Y was cool, and it's like, we have X and Y, right? Then Oras came out, and they brought out new Mega Evolutions, so we were like, oh, that's fine. They'll just release a patch for X and Y, so that, you know, you could get the Mega Pokemon X and Y. They didn't do that, and I don't doubt in my mind that it wasn't a hard thing to do. So it is a little bit weird. I don't understand why they didn't do that, but again, like, if it just kind of strengthens the case that they won't bring new Pokemon in it. But again, this is my hopes. I hope they do bring more Pokemon in it. It would be nice to see some new stuff, some new Pokemon. Like, give us some Johto variants. That's basically what I'm asking for here. And number 3, we have replayability. You may be wondering, what are you talking about? Well, as a kid, I can't tell you how many times, as a child, early teenager, late teenager, how many times I've replayed through Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald even. I've played through those games over and over and over and over again. So many times, I can't count, I've lost count how many times I've done that. When it comes to playing Sun and Moon, I've played it once, and then I played it a second time. Actually, you know what, I played that game 3 times so far, I think, fully. I did the main Let's Play, I did a stream, and then I did the Randomizer Nuzlocke, and it's fun, the game is fun to play. But when you have cutscenes that you have to watch, and you're forced to watch them, it's a little bit of a killer when it comes to replayability. And I think with Pokemon, it should be a game that can be replayed and you can enjoy that experience over and over and over again, and have like the same, or you can have like a different journey every time you play Pokemon, because every time you play that game, it's different. Somehow it's different, right? So when you are forced to watch like a 2-minute cutscene at the start of the game, you walk around, you get the Pokemon catching tutorial, and then there's the cutscene before you even get your Pokemon, like that your starter Pokemon. You're running around in circles for a good like 40 minutes before you start playing the game properly. And I'm not a fan of that. You know, you play Pokemon Red, not even a minute, maybe a minute and a half into the gameplay, you have your starter Pokemon, you're battling your rival. And I don't want to sound like a Gen 1er, but it's pretty much the same case with almost every single game. You know, Gen 2, you walk out, get your Pokemon, and you're walking off to Mr. Pokemon's house, and you come back and you have to face your rival. So after 10, you know, you're already out exploring with a Pokemon at your side, like a minute into the game. Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald is almost the same case. You have to talk to a few people, but you have to save someone with your Pokemon. It's like, yeah, that's awesome. And you know, so on and so forth. Whereas with Sun and Moon, it was just like, cutscene, cool, let's start the game. Oh, cutscene with your mum and Kukui, cool, let's leave. Let's go get our starter Pokemon. Massive cutscene about a bridge. Like, if you just allowed it, so when we pushed A or start, a little pop-up appeared saying, if you would like to click this cutscene, push that button again, bam, skipped, and you can carry on with your game. You don't want to watch that thing over and over again if you've played it like 3 times before, right? Right? Yeah, this is gonna be one of those videos. I feel like I'm ranting a little bit. Alright, number 2, we have Postgame. Now, you could argue that Postgame, it's never been, trying to think, never been that fabulous in any of the Pokemon games, really, has it? Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue had a little bit of Postgame, you know, you beat the Elite Four, you catch Mewtwo, it's done, right? But they did bring out new games. You had Pokemon Stadium, where you could put your Pokemon from Red and Blue on Pokemon Stadium. So after you'd beaten the games, you could then buy, if you had an N64, which most kids did, and you know, if you play Pokemon in a con, you had the N64, let's be real. You could take the Pokemon that you would train and watch your ass off, you complete this game. But no, it wasn't done yet. You haven't beaten Pokemon Stadium. You drag your Pokemon from your cartridge, and you challenge all the gym leader castles, and you face the Elite Four again, but this time they're much stronger and harder. They match your level. You have to go through all the cups, and you have to go train Pokemon to level 15 and beat all the cups in the Pika Cup and the Petite Cup. It was so riveting. Personally, it was so riveting for me to have post-game in Red Blue. I mean, the games themselves didn't have post-game in, but there was a second game that you could go to put your Pokemon to use after you've beaten the game. And that's what carried the Pokemon series for me as a kid. I absolutely love those games to pieces. Same goes with Pokemon Stadium 2 and Pokemon Gold and Silver. Actually, just saying it right now makes me want to pull out the cartridge and play it right now. I love this game so much. And I really, really hope that in this game, they have really, really good post-game, right? The Ultra Beast stuff was neat. It was cool to go out and catch those Ultra Beasts, and I guess that's kind of necessary if you want to get them and stuff. But it was really repetitive and mundane and boring, and they said the same thing to you over and over again. And it was like, come on, like, give us a little bit more than that. Like I said, the best post-game I can remember, and it wasn't really post-game because it was like in different game, was Pokemon Stadium. That stuff was sick, right? But one game that did it really, really well is Pokemon Emerald with the Battle Frontier. And I know a lot of people are huge, huge fans of the Battle Frontier. Like, again, after you've completed the game, and all that is left for you to do is create the most powerful team on your favorite team of Pokemon that is possible for you. You can then take those Pokemon and like go further into it, like from the Battle Frontier. And I think Diamond and Pearl did the same thing as well. You had the resort areas, right? And I'm pretty sure you had the same sort of gist going on there as well. That's a good post game. That's good post game because it keeps you enthralled. And granted, Sun and Moon had the battle tree as well. Like, it wasn't just the Ultra Beast stuff. You had the battle tree, but again, the battle tree is a little bit repetitive, a little bit mundane. You have to fight all these trainers, and if you lose, you go all the way back down. And you could argue that Emerald is, you know, similar, but there felt like genuine strategy and stuff in Emerald. It was, I don't know, it was much more enjoyable because you got like a little badge, and you had 8 to collect. Every time you went to the battle tree, you had no idea when you were going to face the next trainer or whatever. Like, it was a little bit vague. Whereas with Battle Frontier, you had a goal in mind. You're like, I have to beat every single one of these, you know, Battle Frontier captains and get all these medals and complete the game. That is good post-game, in my opinion. But hey, we are getting a game on the Switch, right? We are getting a Pokemon game on the Switch. And I was told by a little birdie that the Switch is gonna have some crazy compatibility with the 3DS. So let's hope that the Switch game, I mean, this is main series, let's just hope that either if Ultra Sun Ultra Moon doesn't have any good post-game, that the Switch one will. And finally, on this list, again, this is in no specific order, but I think this is very, very important. We need to fix the lag. You made a game for a console. It's been out for a fair amount of time. Granted, you have new consoles out, but not everyone can afford those consoles. I still use an old 3DS. I still use my old 3DS, and that's because capture cards are very, very expensive these days. But for those out there that still use the old 2DS, they have the old 3DS, and they haven't got the new 2DS XL which dropped recently. I mean, with that dropping, I guess this reason or this hope is lessened because that is such a cheap console. Some people don't have the new 3DS XL, and the game lags. I even played through Pokemon Sun on this channel, and it froze because it lagged so much. There was a battle of 4 Pokemon on the field, and my game froze. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. If you're gonna make a game for a console, surely you would optimize it to the fullest to ensure that it doesn't lag. This is a 60 frames per second game. I don't want to go into a Pokemon battle that's running at 24 frames per second. It just doesn't look good. Especially when you play the game normally and it's running at 60 clean and you get into a battle with 4 people, including yourself, and it starts lagging. It's a little bit sloppy, I think, personally. I mean, the game was probably developed with the hardware of the newer consoles in mind to get or achieve like a really good experience, but it still sucks for the people that are running the old consoles. It's not the greatest thing to experience. That being said, I guess if it was designed for the newer games, there might not be a great deal they can do about it because the game was so much of a bigger step up from like X and Y, for example, and they took that leap. So I can understand to a degree that, you know, the lag would remain an issue. I don't know, I feel like they could work a little harder and making it a little bit more optimized without like ruining the experience for the new 3DS users as well, you know? And these are just my hopes. You know, some of these might not even happen. These are just my personal hopes, and I'm sure you guys, you know, in the comment section have different opinions than I do, so please do let me know down in the comment section what your hopes for Ultra Sun Ultra Moon is. And of course, you can also dab a little bit and let me know what you are hoping for the Switch title as well, which isn't gonna be around until like late 2018, so we've got a while to wait for that, so we've got plenty of time to talk about that game. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. You know, I don't tend to do these kind of videos, so it's a little bit different for you guys. If you have enjoyed though and you want to see more of this kind of stuff, please do consider clicking that like rating down below. It is greatly appreciated. And I'll be back to you soon with some more Pokemon content. Thank you again for watching. See you guys next time. Also, this might look a bit different because I'm actually recording this as I edit the video. Callum and I had a discussion, because I live with Callum obviously. We were like, oh, yeah, I'm doing this top 5 today, and Callum was like, yeah, me too, what are you doing? I was like, oh yeah, I'm just doing my top 5 hopes for, you know, just an entrepreneur. He was like, huh, me too. So yeah, we decided we'd upload the videos on the same day at the same time. So if you click the link in the description, or there should be an annotation that pops up during the outro, you can go to his channel to watch his top 5, or to his top 5 hopes rather, and kind of compare them between mine and his. I know we've got a couple of similarities apparently, but he'll have a completely different list to me, barring the 2 that are the same. But you should go check it out. Yeah. You like that video? Think I did a good job?